let's set up this B6 monthly planner and the B6 slim notebooks to keep in my purse. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a fun little B6 sized monthly planner. It's 18 months. Erin Condren gifted this to me during the Life Planner launch, so if you want to see more about this, you can go watch my dashboard layout review, and I kind of talk about it in there, but it's basically just a monthly calendar. All the months are one behind the other, and then you have a bunch of notes pages. I think I counted them in the other video. I will count them and put them on the screen for you so that you know how many there are. And then we have 2027 forward planning, and that's the end of that. So this is the hexagon cover. So the other things I have here is one of the B6 slim notebooks, and this is the beautiful daisy blooms. I love this design and I hope they do more stuff like this, because these are just like, I don't know, they're my jam. I know they're not similar, they don't really like mesh together. Like these are soft pastels and pretty florals, and this is like bold geometric design, but I don't know, I love them, I can't help it. Okay, so we've got the beautiful inside cover here, and this is just like the lined notebook that has the dates at the top that you can circle. It's like a perpetual calendar up there, and then that's the whole thing, and then you have that and that. They may have gifted this one to me too. I know they sent some and I purchased some, I can't remember, but there's this one as well. This one is the productivity and notes layout. What is it? I've been using it as pen testing. Oh, it doesn't say, but it's the other one that's got 3 sections here, a checklist, a blank box, and then graph. Maybe it's productivity and graph is what they're calling it, and then that's what that is the whole way through. And that's a really pretty cover too. So I'm going to use these, and then this is the notebook cover that fits on these, and I'm really loving this. This is like my color. We have my initials imprinted here in gold. This was also gifted by Erin Condren. Honestly, I don't know that I would have purchased this on my own, so I'm really happy that they sent it to me, because I do like this. I'm actually thinking about getting the navy blue one, just because I have more of these notebooks and I want to put covers on them. So this is just a very simple, it's like the vegan leather, it's super soft feeling. The Monaco, which is this color, it actually kind of reminds me of like a swimming pool, like you know how like the light reflects from the sun and you get kind of like that like fractured sunlight look underneath on the pool floor. I don't know, that's kind of what that reminds me of. And that's what it looks like on the other side. You have gold corners here, and then here is just like a little pen loop that is made out of this same like clear, really thin, like plasticky material. So what I want to do is set this up so that I can throw it in my purse. I have a couple of other things here that I might use. These are the stencils. This is actually a 3-pack and I can't find my other one. I have like 3 or 4 packs of these that I keep all over the place. There's a smaller one that just has a checklist on it, and I don't know exactly where I was using it last, but once I find it, it's going to go in here with these. So this is the stencil 3-pack that we can use. I did kind of do a little test of the stencils here. Some of the flags, which I really like, and then this is the Monday through Sunday. I'm not sure how to use those well. It doesn't look great to me. Honestly, I would just use my own handwriting to make those letters, but they do fit inside that little flag there if you wanted to try it yourself. Maybe it looks better with like a marker point, you know, so that it's not like outlined and it won't look weird. Anyway, that's that. And I was doing some pen testing in here because this is thin paper. It is a little bit different than our normal, well, it's a lot different than our normal Erin Condren paper. And so I was trying out the different pens. These are the pastel highlighters that came out around the same time as these. And of course, they're all right out of reach. I can see them over there. I should have brought them over, but they're those big chunky ones that are kind of like triangular in shape. These I wouldn't really recommend using in here because it did bleed through the paper like at the ends. However, these are the dual tip highlighters from Erin Condren, and those ones don't bleed through as much, but you can see some bleed through here on the dual tip marker. So you just kind of have to decide what's, you know, what's right for you. So you've got the fine point, the dual tip highlighter chisel tip side, and then this is the dual tip medium point. So at each like spot of the letter where you stop, you are going to bleed through with the dual tip. The fine point is not as bad. It's more like ghosting. There's like some slight bleed through there, but honestly, this is fine for me. You can see there's ghosting on almost every pen I used. So the fine point isn't that big of a deal for me. Honestly, I just don't personally care enough about this to not use them in there, but also I haven't like written a ton in these yet, so I don't know how bad that makes the other side, but like I would be able to write over this and not care. So I think it also just depends on how you plan to use this. If you're using this for like a journal that you want to keep forever, then yeah, maybe the thicker markers are not going to be great for that, like if you want to be able to read it. But for me, the way I use notebooks, I don't keep them, and it's really just to write notes, and as long as I can read what's on the page when I need it, and you know, it's fine. Like I don't care if it's perfect and museum quality. That's just not how I use my stationery. So these are the pens I tried in here. Now we have like this pack, and these are all black ink. That is this here, and those did not bleed through or anything. So they write really well in here, and they do fit. They're just a little bit fiddly because the cap is a little bit thicker, and so whenever, it's not easy to put just back in. You kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit to get it to go. So it works. It's fine. If you have these or you want to get these, that will work. It's just, you know, be prepared for some fiddling. Just, you know, you can do it one-handed, but still, it's not my favorite, and the texture of this is kind of like rubberized. So again, it kind of like wants to catch, like it provides like some friction there. And so it's just, you know, not my favorite. I'm being nitpicky about that versus the ghosting and the bleed through. So you just, you know, we're all picky about our own things. The other ones that work are the designer pens, fit really well in here if you have any of these. But it's like they're such good quality that this pen, like the little clicky bit, what is that called? The clip. It's too strong. So it doesn't, you know, it's too strong for the plastic here. They didn't come out with a new one of these to match the current year's designs, so you know, you might not even have one of those anyway, although I do believe the Wildflowers is still on the site, and there might be Bold Blooms, which I keep forgetting to grab. I need to get that in my cart before that one goes away, because it's blue floral. I don't know what took me so long to buy it. Anyway, so those work. I actually replace my nib, the pen that's inside the metal barrel with a Pilot Precise V5 RT, and that writes really nicely on this paper. The other pen I have is the colorful metal gel pens 4-pack. There's 4 of these, and they have different color barrel and cap. And then they also write in colorful ink. So they write in the color of like the main barrel. I actually have the wrong cap on this. It comes together with like a light blue one, but I don't know, at some point I changed it and I just never changed back. But this is the mermaid ink color, and it writes so smoothly on this paper, and I love it. And this is the best pen I've found for me to get in and out of here. Like it works really well on this, and then once this is loaded up and this isn't so flimsy, it works really well too. So as far as black ink goes, this one is probably your best bet, but just be prepared to kind of deal with the fiddliness. And then the colorful ink, I like this one, it's fine, and I think I would be okay using this. Plus it matches the setup, so it looks good together, so you know, not a big deal. Anyway, let's put this stuff together and let me show you how I'm gonna do it. So let me show you that you can put one in here like this, and you can put the other cover inside like this, and then it fits the one. And I think that's what it's intended for. You know, it fits perfectly, and then you have room to add little bits in here in the little side pockets, like pictures or, you know, your stencils or whatever, and it fits fine. So maybe you really want the monthly calendar, but you're not a big fan of the hexagon design. There are 4 different of these covers that you can just cover it up with. So that's what I recommend doing. These are really inexpensive. I think they're only like $8. These are $8. I don't know. I'll put the price on the screen if I have that wrong. It's an inexpensive little setup if you did want to cover this up. Also, you could just cover this up with stickers or whatever. If you want to get some inspiration on something like that, check out like Rachel Beauty Plans. I haven't seen a new video from her in a really long time, but I love her setup videos. She's got some amazing setup videos for notebooks like this. Okay, so the way I want to use this is actually I'm going to put both of these in here. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. So one can go here and one can go here, and it still closes up nicely. There's still enough room in here to do both. You could still put this kind of stuff in here, and then you just have to deal with like the chunkiness and stuff if you're adding stickers and washi and all that kind of stuff to your planner. I think it'll be fine, to be honest. I like it, and I think I'm going to keep it like that. So you know, we've got the monthly planner in the front so that I can just write down the things that are going on, and that's kind of like the overview that I need to see. When I'm out and about and I need to look at a calendar from my purse, that's really all I need. And then anything like truly important about that specific day, I can easily just use a today like sticky note. And I think what we'll do is keep a few in there. So how could we do that? We could put them either back here or just directly on the cover here. Like you could take a few off. Let's take a few. So I have, I don't know, like 3 or 4 maybe. Yeah. And they can just stick right here so that when, like if I'm having a really busy day that I'm not going to be at home, I have this like right here, bam, you know, and then I can write, you know, the date and all the priorities, and you know, maybe this is the shopping list, or maybe these are the errands I need to run, or whatever. It's all right there, easy to find, and you don't have to like dig for it or anything. So I think that's a good spot for that. Alternatively, I also have this stack of Post-it lined sticky notes. This came in a pack of 4. I got it on Amazon, and I bought these for my Bible. I like to keep a stack on the inside cover of my Bible so that I can write notes. Yeah, and so like those could easily go on the cover as well. You could also put them on the inside cover, just to have sticky notes handy. Obviously you would put the thing you need the most, like the quickest access to here, which for me, it's most likely gonna be the sticky notes. Especially this summer, I don't think I'm gonna have like super busy days outside of the house. It's mostly gonna be just like, we're going to the pool or something, and I don't need like to-do lists or whatever, but that's still handy right there. So I think that's how I might do it. And then I have here these. This is the Colorful Monthly Adhesive Tabs from Erin Condren, and I was considering how I want to do this because this is an 18-month planner, so obviously I only have 12 months on here. I could get another pack of these and use them like the whole way through. The other thing is they're gonna stick out the sides, but if I have my pen here anyway, does it matter? I think what I'm gonna do is be the guinea pig for you and try to figure this out. So you can decide if that's something that you would be interested in doing. And oh look, they're like kind of taped on like that. That's neat. Let's start with July because we're gonna start using this right away. And then by the time I get to, if I'm still using this, by the time I get to July 2026, I can have purchased another pack by then if I'm liking it. We'll just see, let's try it. So let's see how to put these on. Oh, okay, so the adhesive is got a little removable thing here. So let's try. What I like though is that you could actually like kind of get an idea of where you want to put them also. And then also, do I need this? If all of the months are back to back, maybe I don't really need that. And if I do, so say I've got, do I put July on here so that when I go to the tab and open it, it opens to July? Yeah, so that's where that would go. It is going to cover the month right there. And it will go into the monthly squares, which are already pretty small. Another option is to put them on the top, but that's going to get really crowded. So we put it up here. And then, okay, actually it would need to go here to keep the months in order. Would we even be able to, let's see. So then August is going to have to be right here. Like this for it to work. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for me personally. I'm trying to not use the adhesive yet because I'm obviously not sure what I want to do. I mean, let's see how it looks closed. It looks okay, but I don't think I like that. You know? I liked the idea of having them on the side because it was going to get protected by the pen, or not protected, but you know, the pen is already sticking out, so the tab sticking out isn't like the worst thing ever. But then them being on the top and the pen sticking out, and honestly, for the function, it's just not necessary. Because let's think about this for a minute. When you're using it, the months are in order, so you can just flip the page. It's not like you're having to go and find that next month in here. I think we're gonna hold off and not use the tabs. You could use the tabs, say you wanted to, you have your monthly, but then say you wanted to, oh, that's not sticking well. Maybe that texture of this isn't great for these. I don't know, we'll see. You could put tabs here. Like if you wanted to draw out like a weekly spread or something, you could put these tabs on like the first time you have one for July. And then you could put it on the side, and then by the time, however many pages you use until you get to August, you know, then you could put the August one in, and just kind of add them as you go. You could also plan this out, and if you know you need 10 pages for each month, then you could put your tabs in that way. Like what I'm thinking I'll end up doing is if I need to put the tabs on, this would just kind of be like, I'm not gonna pre-set up anything in here. It would just more be like, here are the notes that I started taking in July, right? And then anything that was going on that I was writing in here for July. And then when we get to August, then I'll add the August tab. And then that way I know where I currently am in the notebook and I can flip to that current month. I think that's how it will work for me. As far as marking out the months in the monthly planner, that's just not, I don't think that's gonna work for me. These tabs are like a paper material. They're like a smooth kind of cardstock, and they have the 3M adhesive on them. So these are really nice. They kind of have like a slightly like watercolor look. And then the other thing is these are older, so the December doesn't match the current new updated apple color for December. Which is just a darker green. It still coordinates fine. It's just not that color since they changed it. So these are going to be a no-go for me for what I'm doing. What I'm thinking though, if you wanted to use these and you wanted to keep them with it, I would cut this down. I mean, this whole thing can fit and you can kind of slide it in behind here just for safekeeping. That would fit just fine. So you can kind of put that in there, and then you'll always have your tabs available back there, and they're not like in the way of anything. Also, how fun is that? It's like a little secret pocket. Like if you had like, I don't know, a secret note or something, you can put stuff back there and still use that functionally. Okay. Let's see, how else are we doing this? I think that's really going to be all there is. I do have some page markers here. Here, let's put this here because it's fun. This came with the life planner. It's just a little postcard. Let's put that in there, and then we'll put these here too, just to have them handy. And I need to go find that other one. And then we have our today, and we have our sticky notes. This is fine. I think I just didn't push it down hard enough whenever I first put it in there. Okay, and then I have these. These are the new magnetic bookmarks that would be really great for these. So say I'm using this and you know it starts in July. Say by the time we get to January, or just say by the time we get to like July 2026, right? I can take, here, let's do this one. I can take one of these, and remember these are really strong, and I can just kind of clip it here, and actually I would clip it here. I would clip it here on this guy, and then, oh, that's one of those weird pages. That's maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't clip it there. It's like the pages at the beginning that are like kind of stuck to the front cover. Okay, so then there's that, and then we can go straight to the month you're in, and it will hold all of those pages. What about this? Does it hold on here? Oh, it does. So you can clip stuff to your little notebook. Okay, let's see. Can I clip another one of these cards? Because this is like a thicker cardstock. Look at that. Okay, I like it. That's really good. Okay, so we're gonna leave one of these on the front here, just for use, you know, for needing to use for things. And then let's put this here. Look at our cute little notebook. I have these out. These are currently sold out on the Erin Condren site, but I wanted to show them to you in case you have these in your stash. I think they came with a surprise box a long time ago, and then people loved them, so they're selling them individually, like not individually, but like in the 3-pack. So if you have these, grab these out of your stash, because these are also perfect for this kind of thing, like perfect. So let's put, we're gonna put this here for July. Or actually, let's put the one that says today. And then I'm gonna turn it that way so that you can see it when it's closed. So we have the one that says today, and then let's put the one that says to do. We'll just put it up here. I like that. Oh, and it matches. Everything kind of goes together. Let's put the one that says to do like over more, since we already have that other, just so it looks cuter. There we go, I like it. Okay, so that is gonna be it for this video. This is gonna go live in my purse. I'm not gonna do anything special with it. Like, there's not gonna be like stickers and washi tape and all kinds of stuff in here. This is really just for having in my purse so I don't have to look at my phone. You know, I noticed this the other day when I was at the orthodontist with my son. I use my phone to schedule appointments, and I don't even make eye contact with the person I'm speaking with when I'm making the appointment, because I'm like digging through my phone to find, you know, the right date and everything. And I don't know, it kind of made me feel funny the other day. And I was like, I looked up and I realized like I hadn't even looked her in the eye at all when I was speaking to her. And I don't know, it kind of just made me a little bummed, I guess, that I don't get a lot of interaction with other humans, being someone who stays at home a lot and works from home, and I'm a stay-at-home mom and all that kind of thing. And, you know, whenever I do go out to stores or errands or appointments or anything, like, I want to be present with other humans. So I don't know, maybe it's too deep, but I kind of think that having the little paper notebook might be better. The challenge is going to be to remember to fill this out whenever I fill out my monthly planner for the month or whatever. That's going to be the challenge, is making sure I don't forget to put things in here that I need, because obviously with my Google Calendar, it syncs. It's synced, so anywhere I put the appointment, it's always going to be available on any device I'm using. But with paper, that's the drawback, is that you have to actually manually update every single thing. So I love paper and stationery and playing with this kind of stuff, so it's not the sense that that's going to bother me. It's just remembering that I need to do it, especially if this is in my purse, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind and I forget about it. So I'm gonna definitely need to make a really good effort to remember that this exists and to use it. So I don't know, that's one of the challenges of why this may not end up working, but I did want to show you the setup so that, I don't know, if you were thinking about how you can use these things, maybe you saw them during launch and you weren't sure if it was right for you. I don't know, I thought I would just kind of do a little walkthrough for you. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post functional planning videos on my channel. And if you liked this one, you'll probably like those ones too. And I'd love to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.